Hello there, welcome to AMBR Builds, where assembly may be required. And truly welcome. This is kind of my introductory video that's going to explain a little bit about me, a little bit about the purpose of this channel, and ultimately what you can expect and what I hope to get out of it. And not just me, but what I hope anybody watching is going to get out of it. So my goal is to tell my story as a Lego collector from before to now. Before being when I was younger and really into Lego, to now where after I've taken a bit of a hiatus, I am very excited to get back into the hobby. So you're probably looking and probably wondering, what does Back to the Future, Star Wars, and Adidas have to do with one another? That's going to be the story I have today. These three sets kind of tell the story of when I left collecting, through what I did when I didn't collect, to now, a few years later, me getting back into it. And great Scott, was this set pretty cool. I always remember this Doc Brown figure and this expression being like one of my favorite Lego expressions. I just think it's awesome. His look of utter shock and surprise, and maybe even horror, just always I thought was like of the upper echelon when it comes to minifigure faces here. And he does have that regular look on the backside there. But anyways, this Back to the Future set I would consider my first last set. I remember when I got it, I wouldn't have really considered myself a Lego collector anymore. At that point, I was probably out of the hobby for like a year. When I got this set, it probably was a year since I got my last set. And with this set, I remember going to a mall that I don't normally get to go to, and they had a Lego store. And naturally, Lego stores are just cool. Like, whether I was collecting or, really into it or not, I feel like I would have always wanted to go look inside just to see what they have. And seeing Back to the Future, it was one of those things where whether I considered myself a big Lego fan or a Back to the Future fan, it hits that intersection just right where lots of people could appreciate something like this. If this is just your only Back to the Future display piece, it's neat that it's made of Lego and you assembled it yourself. And if you're a Lego collector, it's a very memorable movie vehicle that can really be great for a collection, especially if you're into movies. So it was just something where I remember getting it thinking, I haven't had a Lego set in a little while, and I can get this one and not feel like I was really invested in everything else Lego at the time. So that's why this is what I would call my first last set. Fast forward a few years, last year specifically, 2021, and it's summertime, kind of getting this nostalgic feeling I get every summer where I go back and I think about things I've done in the past or things I was into, and kind of was really feeling that for Lego. And I know we just did like a flashback to last year, but going back a few months before I got this last year, I had started watching some Lego YouTubers, kind of following what they were up to, people I used to watch, people that kind of became popular since then, kind of like reacquainting myself with what's out there and what's current in the world of Lego today. Immediately, this set reminded me of getting the very first Clone Trooper Battle Pack and just how awesome that was. A really cheap set that came with all clones, really great army builder, and probably my start to kind of the concept of army building, which I never really got too into. But either way, this set just looked like something that if I had, it would just full force bring on that nostalgic feel and what I enjoyed about Lego, which was having something to collect that is something I'm really into, like Star Wars, and something where You can put it together yourself, you can take it apart, you can combine it with other things in different ways. Because that's really the heart of Lego, and one of the things I've always enjoyed about it. So this set was something I wanted to get to kind of relive my glory days. After Lego, the one hobby I started to take up was sneaker collecting. Partly what got me into it was having friends that were getting into the world of being a sneakerhead. And part of me liked more of the nerdy side, the tech side of things, kind of learning about the different techniques to make sneakers lighter and more comfortable, and the different parts of the shoe and how different companies use different methods to ultimately make something that's used for the same purpose. Along with that, especially with Jordans, more of the history side of things, how every Jordan and even specific colorways of them were tied to certain moments in his career, and how those shoes kind of stood in to represent those moments and those achievements of his. And then when I saw this set, this was kind of the moment of my old hobby meets my current hobby, only to become my new hobby again. I had gotten the 501st Battle Pack, and then I had gotten this, and then I kind of realized this is just too much fun, and there is just too much to like about Lego. And then also with this one, I'd say the two turning points of this set that really made me want to get back into the hobby was that this isn't the same Lego that I left. This was a Lego that made literal sneakers, and with a lot of the other sets and ideas they were attempting, this was a Lego where building techniques have gotten a lot more specific and a lot more detailed. That, and I saw this, and I immediately wanted to make a Jordan custom, kind of using this as the base. I mean, this set had down to the last detail. It had Adidas on the insole, it had real shoelaces, and it's very hard to see. I don't know how well it will pick up in camera, but do you see that red brick in there? Do you see that red brick? Even had a little in-joke about stepping on a Lego. So, my key takeaways from all this. You're never too old for Lego. And whether you're looking to just collect sets or feel inspired to make your own creations, Lego is a great creative outlet to have. My goal for this channel, I want to document my journey as I get back into Lego collecting. I want to focus on a mix of things, really anything that is interesting to me and that I think other people would find entertainment with. Whether that's reviews, videos of builds I plan to do, my take on Lego news, or other topics. I want it to be a mix of anything and everything, but, of course, with my take on it. I'm very open to feedback, and I'd love to hear other people's takes. I'm also very excited to keep posting into the future.